Yo, what is going on, guys? Here, my name is xBuzzerman, and today I got for you a Clash of Clans video. What we're going to be talking about today is troop capacity in Clash of Clans. Should the troop capacity be raised to 300, or should it stay the same forever and ever? We're going to go ahead and talk about that. We're going to discuss the pros and the cons in the video, what makes it good, what makes it a good decision, and what makes it a bad decision if they were to implement this into another update coming up. Maybe it doesn't have to be coming up, but in the near distant future, maybe if a Town Hall 11 update comes. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a 3-star and show you how kind of prestigious it is to get a 3-star in Clash of Clans nowadays at the highest level Town Hall. It is done quite often, but it does take a lot of skill to do it. And that makes you think, well, the game's probably pretty balanced. And it is. Right now, the defense and the offense are very balanced up right now. You can get a 3-star, but it's not too easy. What they do is they kind of reduce things. Maybe like the Hogs were too powerful at one point, so they went ahead and reduced their power. And now pretty much getting 3 stars is kind of a valuable thing. You can still do it, but it's not like the easiest thing in the world to do. So you're probably thinking, raising the troop capacity, what would be good about that? All it would do would be inbalance the game and make it to where 3 stars become easy. Now for some people, they really want to seek 3 stars. If they raise the troop capacity, there'll be more 3 stars and it'll make the game a little less skillful. So that could be taken into a good context or a bad context. If you're not as good as a player, maybe you can go ahead and get the 3-star. I'm going to mention up all the pros we're going to be talking about right now. You get more 3 stars, the rating will be easier, and it'll be increased defenses. And what I'm going to go ahead and talk about is, I already talked about the 3 stars. We've had more and more 3 stars come up with the more powerful armies coming up. They've kind of balanced it out with like the air sweeper, with the lava hound, things like that. There always has to be a reaction to another kind of like reaction that happens. So what is that? It's like one of Newton's laws, you know, for every reaction there's an equal and opposite reaction. That's kind of how you have to do when balancing a game out. If you come out with a new troop, you got to come out with a new defense. If you come out with a new level in the defense, you kind of have to level up the offense again. So what's going to have to happen is, if they're going to add more troops, I'd say about 50 more troops, they're going to actually have to add about, you know, quite a few more defenses. So kind of make the game larger. And what could eventually happen is, if they keep raising the troop capacity, adding new things such as you know, new defenses and things of that nature, they're going to actually probably have to expand the area in which you can build in Clash of Clans. So right now, the areas, like, I forgot, I think it's, I don't really remember what the exact area is of Clash of Clans. I think it may be 100 by 100, not 100% sure of the landscape. They might have to raise it a little bit, and that will make the game a lot more chaotic, and it will be a lot crazier. There's going to be a lot more going on, and eventually, you know, you're going to have these large-scale attacks. So if you kind of like that, like a mass army going on, that might be good for you. But if you don't, if you kind of like these small raids in which you can find things out, that's all right too. I'm showing you right now basically what could be another variant, and you could just maybe, if you raise the troop capacity, maybe raise some troops. Kind of like their storage capacity. So if you make the army camps allow 300 troops, maybe you have to raise the dragons to having 300 or 30, being able to house like what, 40 or 50 for one. So something like that. Maybe you raise the requirements. That's what I'm trying to say right there. So that could be an option right there. Or you could just lower the requirements for troop capacity on just troops in general, and maybe that could be a fix. Maybe you don't have to raise the troops to 300 troops, but you could lower the capacity of individual troops, like they kind of did with the wizard and whatever troops they've done. I think they've done it to the giant once or twice, and basically, you know, it has a housing space of, maybe the troop has a housing space of 5. You can turn that down to 3. That way you can have more of them. That's just a suggestion right there. Not 100% sure if that could be possible, but that's basically the pros. We're going to go ahead and get on to the cons right now. I'll be right back and tell you everything about the cons. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and talk about the cons. There's going to be less skill, a possible imbalance, and it's going to be very chaotic. We're going to start off with the less skill. 3 stars are going to become more prevalent, and the skill boundary between good players and bad players is going to kind of shrink or get closer together. Your good players are definitely going to have an advantage over your bad players still, but there's going to be less of a skill boundary. So someone who maybe is not as good as the game, doesn't take the game as seriously, will be possibly just as good as a guy who takes the game very seriously and puts in the time and effort. So that could mean a lot for a lot of people. The people who like to take the game more seriously and be very competitive in the game, that's going to kind of make them mad because they put a lot of work and time into this game, and it's not showing. People like the concept of, if you put a lot of work into the game and you train real hard at it, you should be a lot better than a person who just kind of picks up the game and casually does it for fun. So that is very much a con for a lot of you more serious players, and the more serious players pretty much are the guys who are watching this video who are on YouTube. So I assume most of you guys would not like that. Another thing is, there's going to be an imbalance in the game. There's going to be points where defenses are stronger than offenses, but most likely the offense or the armies are going to be way stronger than the defenses. They're going to have to upgrade and come out with all these new things, all these new defenses to kind of counteract having 300 troops. So it's going to be very chaotic the first few months, and they're going to have to make a really calculated update. For every reaction, there's going to be equal and opposite reaction. So they're going to have to come out with new troops, come out with very strong defenses. So the last thing is, it's going to be very chaotic. If you don't like, you're going to have to press a lot, and there's going to be a lot more troops coming along. Farming will be a lot easier. So it's just overall, it's going to take more skill out of the game, and I don't know if that should be applied. Maybe they should go ahead and make the defenses they should upgrade the defenses more first, make it really, really hard to get a 3-star, and then kind of add the more troops to make it kind of balanced again. So whatever is the approach to adding new troops, I'm sure they will do it in the future, maybe not in the near distant future, but they will eventually be doing that and adding 300 troops. I'm just wondering your guys' opinions. How should they go about it? How should they go ahead and kind of make this update? If you guys could go ahead and put in the comment section below, I'd definitely appreciate it. Please go ahead and tell me everything you need to know about that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time, and later.